Hello people of YouTube, and as the sun is rising over New Nerdington, welcome back to my SimCity, not SimCity for fuck's sake, I keep missing that beat. My City Skyline playthrough, oh my god. Welcome back to my City Skylines playthrough. I have been playing on and off a little bit between the last two episodes, and unfortunately you guys missed a big upgradey thing in that I unlocked Capital City, which now means that we can have harbors and cargo harbors, which technically is very cool, but there is a small issue with that, and that is that the boat's track kind of ends here. I can show you that actually. If we go to, let's say, a cargo harbor, you can see that the line ends there, which is the stupidest fucking thing they could have done for this map, because you start in the middle here, and unfortunately I'm expanding in the wrong direction, and we will keep on doing that, but maybe the next square we should buy after the one I'm about to buy should be this one here, so that we can actually have some cargo stuff going on, and passenger ferries as well, so something like that. However, speaking of ferries, you can actually have local ferries that you can make a line for yourself, which I think is very cool. So I think our city is too small currently, but when our city is bigger, I definitely want to do something with that. I don't think I can drag that boat line there off of here. That's kind of a shame. But yeah, so that is the plan as of now. First off, buy a new plot of land, and that absolutely has to be that one, right? Right, I think that's excellent. And we are really nicely, you go away temporarily. We are really nicely building into the center of our map as it is. Also, I want to set a goal for this series. The goal for this series where we might start wrapping things up. I'm not saying that's going to be the hard end, but where we might start wrapping things up is when we hit 100,000 residents, 100,000 population. So we are under halfway there. However, when we do expand now, we expand quite rapidly. So I think that is a decent goal for us to sort of try and stick to. Yeah, and I also have a list of goals for this episode as well, which is the very first time I've actually written down things I want to do. The first thing you'll note is that I have expanded on this situation here a little bit. The industry area is now bigger and can house more, well, industry. So that is very good. And I want to make a sort of central bus hub or a central public transport hub, like what we're doing on the other side of the map over here. As you can see, this is a proper public transport hub right now. I've deleted the bus lines that ran here, so we need to redo the buses as well. That is one of the other points on my map. I want to redo the whole buses situation in here, because I'm not quite happy with how things are running at the moment. But we can do that later by the end of this episode, possibly. I want to expand behind the train station. This area needs to be built up. I want to make a bit of a train yard here, if I can make that look somewhat alright. And I want to work on the underground, because currently the only underground line is running from the train station into the industrial zone. I want to make that bigger. I want to make it a proper loop, possibly. And I want to add another motorway connection, and I think that is actually the point we are going to start with, is pull a motorway connection maybe out of here, make it go around the corner, sort of over here-ish, and connect up to the motorway on this side. So that way, these guys that are now clogging up this bit of road can clog up two roads instead. I don't know if that's better, but it'll give some people a shortcut and give our city a proper sort of round way, if that is the right terminology there. I also upgraded this, so this is now a similar sort of junction, I guess, as this one, which flows so much better than the roundabout we had there in the past. That roundabout did not really work. I installed a new mod, which allows me to have slightly buggy textured, what do you call them? Man, I know the word. Hang on. Let me see if I can find the word. Median. So yeah, normally if you have a vanilla road here, this median is interrupted because this counts as a junction. So the game thinks that cars are supposed to go from there to there. But with this mod, you can have a median that unfortunately has slightly glitchy textures, that just runs all the way along. You still have to manually, like I did here, change the lane selection for the cars. But that works flawlessly now. So, yeah, this works well. The only thing that is a slight shame is that this place has sidewalks, which is not quite optimal. Because pedestrians can't even get to here. So there's no point in there being a sidewalk here. But unfortunately, I do not have a proper 6-lane national highway or anything like that. I have to use a more in-city boulevard type of road for that. But that's all good. I also upgraded this to being... This is slightly buggy. It's such a shame that this median here is slightly wider than on this one, but I guess it makes sense. And it works, sort of. There's a bit of a queue. Yeah, it's just because it's morning and all the people are going into work. Wow, that's a queue. Okay. Again, this traffic situation here has to be addressed because it's a mess. And this road is not used enough, I feel. But, yeah, for the time being, there's not much we can do about this. At least people are using this road, this backbone here, which is quite good. This middle section is now offices rather than normal filthy industry. I don't know, I think that just looks quite nice there. It just works as a backbone. All the offices are here, and the executing places are on the side as as such. Good. So let us get started by building a road from here along here into this sort of area. Okay, so let's have a look at the way I've done this in the past, and I'm sorry about the darkness. I tried fixing up the height difference between these two motorways a little bit. But that means that it's now dark because I turned day and night cycles back on, which I hadn't turned on in the last episode. I tend to not have that turned on when I am just playing because it doesn't really matter all that much for the city, although it does crank up the simulation to 11 because with a day and night cycle you actually get people going to work in the morning and leaving in the evening, so you get different strains on the roads and that sort of thing. But other than that, it doesn't really matter all that much, so I tend to play without it. However, for the sake of the series, I tend to have it on when I am recording. In the last episode, though, I kind of forgot just a tiny bit. Let's have a look. I kind of want this to be slightly straight, so can I do that perfectly? I can indeed. Is that too close to each other? That is possibly too close to each other. But we can have a look at that. Is this... Oh, that is just very close. Is that too close for comfort? I actually kind of like that. So I'm gonna keep it. Are those directions going the right way, though? Yeah, I think they are. Okay, so which way do we curve this? Because these two are both curved in a different direction. Let's see, where do we have the most space? Doesn't really matter, we have space on both ends. Yeah, let's just curve it in that direction. I think that is a good idea. So let's see, what did I do? I went out of that one 4, I think, and then turned that one on, just freeform. Go down to level 9, go to 4x4 at an angle of roughly 90. Doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, it's supposed to simulate real life, I guess, sort of. I'm gonna turn this off as well. Road guidelines are the bane of my existence. So 4x4, roughly 90. Can I make that slightly shorter? Yes, that is good enough to me. And we can go slightly further down and put that in there. Yeah, I guess so. And then take a straight road, pull that off there, and have that snap to the ground. And then one more bendy road and have that pull into there. There you go. That looks quite lovely, although that is going into the very wrong direction indeed. So that needs to go that way. That that, and that. Now that turns around in the right direction. What we can now do with this second road is pull this off there, roughly 4 as well. A little bit further maybe, just so we have some leeway. And then pull that just around the outside. That looks kind of cool. What is annoying though is that snapping, so that is now turned off. Let's see, to -9. This is not perfect at all, but again, doesn't really need to be. So there to -6 and to minus, or not to -3, but to +3, so -3 in total. To 3 there-ish, to the ground, and let's see, pull that off in there with a snap into there. There you go. That is quite neat, if I may say so myself. Okay, let's have a look. How did we do this here? I think here, on this side. Right, I made them 1 lanes. That is alright, actually, because that makes traffic flow kind of perfectly. As you can see, they merge into the their own respective lanes. These guys can only go into the right lane. These guys can only go into the right lane. These guys can only go into the left lane. And later on, they merge wherever they need to go. Although this I kind of like as well with their pre-sorting thing. Yeah, this just works so well. I think that's really cool. Right, let's have a look. Where were we? Over here. So, what then? I think what I want to do is keep this overground, but do I make this into a similar road as this one, or do I keep these as 2 separate roads? The thing is, there isn't real need for this to be 2 separate roads. So actually, what I might just do... Ooh, and I might want to do that over here as well at some point, just to make it look slightly neater. Is just have this merge into here directly, so that this becomes 1 road. This one is slightly less neat than this one, though, but we can fix that off camera, probably. This looks so nice, though. I kind of don't want to mess with that. So let's see, what should we do instead? Maybe what we should do is... I am gonna just go with a national highway and pull that through the city. How high is that up? 12 high, so up to thereabouts. I have that sit roughly in the middle there. How far do I want to pull that off? I don't quite know where I want to make that go into the city, but possibly in thereabouts. Maybe. Yeah, I think that's actually a decent angle there. Ooh, and we're out of power again. Okay, we definitely need to do something about our power situation now. But first, I know I'm not giving this enough priority, but it's fine. It's perfectly okay. Have that pull in there, have that pull in there. Does that work? No, that does. Well, actually, that might work. Hang on. Let me have a look at that. What if I up this slightly? Because that is often... Yeah, that might actually work. Oh, man, that looks so good. Yeah, that is near perfect. Oh, man, that is good. Okay, I'm gonna keep that there. And I'm not gonna touch that ever again, because I've never made something look this nice in this game before. What does this look like, actually? Yeah, that looks really good, too. Wow, I'm doing an excellent job of this of this intersection thing, if I may toot my own horn. You know what might make this even more perfect? And I haven't done this with any other... let's see, where do we have that? Here. Line... No, let's not make that a brush. Let's make that a single. That's a shame that those lines are a little bit on the big side. Extra small? No, those are just shorter. What about these? Yeah, these are thicker as well. Okay, so I don't have the perfect lines to draw. That is kind of a shame. However, I do, because this looks so nice, I do kind of want to draw some lines. Just to, you know, dot our I's, if you will. So, I'm gonna have a go at that, because I've never really done that before. So let's see how nice I can make this look. And unfortunately, the answer right now seems to be that I can't. Because if I try to place individual ones, they land up on, well, not everywhere, but they generally land on top of this road. But if I want to make nice lines out of them, they, as you can see down here, they actually go underneath the overpass, which, yeah, that is not what I want. So unfortunately, I cannot make this look as nice as I want it to look, but that is fine for the time being, I suppose. I am still wondering, though, should we make this into a, let's see, into just a single road. Let's see what happens if we do that. It will look slightly shitter because the spacing is a bit wider, but it might make traffic not merge in front of each other as much. So yes, it looks slightly less neat, but I think for the time being it works all right-ish. So I'm gonna keep it as such. There we go. I did it, and I think it actually looks really good. I'm quite proud of myself with this one. The only thing that's left is to determine lane switching and that sort of thing, because, for example, these guys are not supposed to make a U-turn there, that sort of thing. So we need to fix that up ever so slightly. These guys here should only be allowed to go straight. These guys here should only be allowed to turn in there. These guys should only go straight on. And you can only go in there. I think that is roughly it. I'm not too worried about these actual exit points and that sort of thing. How is this looking? That is looking a little bit glitchy. I don't know if that's a texture failure there or a weird shadow failure thing. That might be the case, actually, because the sun is quite low already, I think. Is that the sun? It's a slightly whiter blob than the rest of the sky is, but yeah, that looks pretty good. I quite like that. So we are gonna just keep building off of here. How are we gonna do that? Let's see. Do we want to pull this straight along this train line? That might actually work. Just pull it straight along the train line. Have the train line follow the road across here, but then have the train line actually curve off into this sort of area. And the road just connect up to there. I think that'll work. Also, this whole situation might need some updating soon, because now that we have our style sort of determined, we can do something much nicer over here. But that is a concern for the future. Why are you... Yeah, so that is one of the reasons I previously, or I just did a 2-lane road here instead of a 4-lane one. So these guys cannot merge into here because, yeah, this is slightly problematic. I can fix this briefly for the time being with, let's see, is that the right junction? Yeah, so you should only be allowed to go in there, and that now works, question mark? What the hell are you doing, my friend? Yeah, there you go. So now these guys are not in each other's way anymore when they merge into there. And this is just wonky as hell. But yeah, for the time being, that is okay. Let's see. We made a nice road along here. This is a very dark road. This doesn't have any street lights on it. Maybe I should download network skins at some point in the not too distant future. But for the time being, I think this is okay. So yeah, let's just keep expanding out of here. Okay, and I just noticed this again. This is becoming a serious problem. So let's address that in the same way we have addressed it before, by just plunking down an extra oil plant. Although, if memory serves me right, yeah, we have these guys now, solar power plants. So should we do something with those? I think that might work, although I quite like the oil power plants until we can go nuclear. So let's just do that instead. I feel like that'll just work slightly better for us. So let's have one of you guys there. And I think... How are you going to do? Ooh, you're going to just about save us there. But then at other points in time, we'll have way too much power. So are we going to walk that line, or are we just going to invest in advance? I think we're just going to make the investment now. There you go. What are you complaining about? Not enough fuel. You have fuel left for 2 weeks. You're fine. You'll get your delivery sooner rather than later, I guess. I think that'll be okay. Right. I spotted something over here. A graveyard, are empty, so that one can be taken into use again. Also, Nerdington Beach has 3 stars now. Did we see that yet in the last episode? I can't quite remember, but it's doing pretty good. Ooh, we need a bit more entertainment level for the next level. We can have a look at that in the next episode, possibly. But for the time being, let's just focus on this road. Okay, the rain is stopping, which is very good, and the sun is coming up, so we can get some light again. Yeah, I drew this all the way to the other side. I need to deselect that. Hang on. M. There we go. Exit out of there, and this goes over a slight bump, which isn't optimal. Maybe we should do something about that as well. But yeah, this works quite well. So what I'm gonna do is make an off-ramp sort of situation in here, so that people can get directly onto this road without any trouble. I think there should be space for an on and an off-ramp in this area. I hope, at least. Otherwise, this road is kind of perfectly primed for more off-ramps, so an off-ramp here should be perfect, and maybe one more closer to the water, so people really have a lot of options about where to go. And I feel like I have a proper idea in my mind as well about where and how to design these roads to be a little bit more efficient, because yes, it's busy, and yes, it's clogged here and there, and holy shit, this is busy, so this is really good that we're doing this to take some strain off this road here. But it flows. Even in here, it flows. So I'm quite proud so far of this whole situation. Yeah, and now that it's lighter, you can see kind of what we're doing as well. That road is going through there so nicely. Okay, so let's... You know what? I'm gonna go AFK again. Not AFK. AFR, away from recording. And fix up this interchange. And there we go. Unfortunately, once again in the rain and in the dark, but heyo, it's fine. So this road is now connected, and you can see that immediately people are starting to use it to get to the other side, which is excellent. Actually, let's put a tracker on one of these guys. How about you? Oh, you're exporting goods. So yeah, that was roughly what I was expecting. So the people that now need to get from this road entrance, I'm just going to keep tracking this guy, to go back out here, we'll be able to take this highway. So that takes, that halves, I think, maybe, is that a right number? That halves roughly the stress on this road here. Where are, oh yeah, you are going there. I was like, that text box was flying across there. But yeah, so let's pause. Unselect you. Yeah, so that works fine. Let's now then have a look at how we're gonna connect this bit up here, because I think once we've done that, we've connected a lot of the city up and provided a lot more ways for everyone to drive. So now, for example, people that need to go from here into this industrial area don't have to go all the way to the city or through the city to get to there, but they can just hop on the highway there and drive that way. I think that might be a lot faster for them. So let's do that. Okay, so we've got our on-ramps and exit ramps, and actually this fits somewhat perfectly, so I'm quite happy with that. The reason these on-ramps are a lot shorter than the ones on the other side is because this, yeah, as you can see, is on a slope. Also, what the fuck are these guys doing? Yeah, so that is the next thing that needs to be changed, but not before I do something similar as to what I've done on the other side and make a proper on-off ramp situation. So we're gonna take one stretch there and one stretch there and make one of these lanes into an on-ramp and do it like that. Also, that needs to definitely not have traffic lights. You need to not have traffic lights. And now we definitely need to reconnect how everything here works. So you can only go into there. Well, you can only go into there. You into there. And yeah, these guys are very much in each other's ways. You can go into there. You can go into there. Oh, this is still on 3 speed as well. 1 speed is a lot calmer. Okay, what the hell is happening here? What are you? I have no idea what you are, and I'm gonna ignore you. You can only pull into there. You can only pull into there. What the hell is wrong with these people? You can only go into there. You can only go into there. No, they can't cross lanes anymore, and that will be so much nicer for us. Yeah, that'll be very good, because does this work? Not quite, right. These guys need to be reconnected as well. Oh yeah, you are of course also allowed to go into that one. You are allowed to go into that one. You can go into there. You in there. You in there-ish. And do the same on the other side, or have we already done that? No, we've already... No. We need to redo this as well. So you can only go into there and there. You can only go into that outer lane. You can only go in that outer lane. You can go there and connect up like so. Okay, I think everything is connected the way it should be. The last thing we might need to do is to turn off some interchange restrictions. You, and you. People need to be able to drive at any time, basically, and pull into what for them seems like a busy intersection. You can also always enter the interchange whenever you want, and you can do the same thing. Okay, I think that fixes everything. The only problem that gives us now is that these... I might need to make these lanes a bit longer at some point, because a lot of people are going to want to pull into here. I did not see that coming. I did not see it coming that this lane would become so popular. So we might need to expand these slightly. Well, not really important for now. Let's do something else instead. Okay, the next thing I want to do is finish this train station so that we know how much space it takes on the other side. So what I want to do is just make it slightly bigger than what is intended by the mod and have it like that. So we now have 4 platforms for a combined total of 8 tracks there. Actually, 5 technically platforms. And then we have this situation on the back, which I'm not a big fan of because I really would like this to be a one-way street ultimately, but that is fine. What we can do is maybe make like a parking lot in the back here. That might look kind of cool. Yeah, I think we should do that. So with our modded streets, let's pull... Actually, let's make that normal. Pull you out of there. Why are you a bridge? I really do not want you to be a bridge. You can go like that, and you can be a normal guy as well. And yeah, you're weirdly on a slope. That is not what I want you to be at all. Can we fix that using this tool? Somewhat. Indeed. Yes. Oh, yeah. This is like an RT for a train station staircase, which should lead somewhere pretty, but it's just going to lead into the parking lot that I'm going to pull in front of here. So, actually, maybe we can have a bit of a square or something. Something that looks slightly nicer. We can... That's not a terrible idea. We can just do that. And then have our parking lot... yeah, that is... How am I supposed to build that? Okay, like... So I think we can figure that out. So pull that off there into there. Yeah, I think that'll work, hopefully. I think that'll work pretty well, actually. This is a little bit weird now, though. This is, it's going down the stairs and back up immediately. What about if we make that straight? Come on, open up, please. And you brush size smaller. Let's see if we can do that. No, it really doesn't want to do that. Okay, that's fair. That is fair. So what I'll then do is just pull the parking lot up slightly. Let's see. So maybe instead of there, that is very annoying that it does that. Come on. Up here-ish or something. Make this into a parking lot. Nope, not in there, in there. So you can become a parking lot, like so. And then make this into just a kind of generic square with some trees and maybe actually put a park in here. Maybe we can actually put a park in here, like a Nerdington Beach type of park. Something small, a city park, out on this side. That might be kind of neat, actually. And then the parking lot will get more use out of it as well, I assume. Yeah, we can have a look at that. But first, I need to fix up this parking lot, because, of course, right now, it doesn't have any parking spaces, which is suboptimal. So let's have a look at that. How does that work? You are spot on, aren't you? Okay. You need to kind of cross with those lanterns. There. And, okay, you're way too big there. And let's see, one... roughly there, and one. It's not going to match perfectly, but what we can do is maybe put some, like a hedge or something in there, just sort of bordering them off. That might look kind of neat. Something like that. And then a 4x2. No, that is still too big. Do you have anything smaller, but still... 3x2? Yeah, perfect. That's almost spot on. So you can go in there. Nice. You can go in there. Very nice as well. And you can go in there. And now we just need 2 more on each side, which can be... let's see, we don't have electric vehicles, but these... They're slightly too large, but maybe... No, they're slightly too large as well. That's a shame. I would like some actual, like, disabled parking. But for the time being, let's just put down... Oh, you are one. Okay. Let's just put you down into... there. Yeah, that's good enough. And let's have you in... here. Turn you around. 1 thereabouts and 1 thereabouts. It's not perfect, but it yeah, it works. It works for me. We're gonna look at it from far away anyway, so yeah, this is perfectly okay. I did realize that I forgot these just as I said this looks okay, so there we go. That is a bit better, and we can fluff this up a bit later, but for now it's more about the functionality than about the looks. So yeah, I think that's really cool, actually, the way this is gonna come together and the way it's gonna work and everything. My plan for this particular track is to have cargo trains go through there, so it won't actually be used as a station properly, but that way the cargo trains won't be held up by the other traffic. I don't know if that's the most efficient way of going about it, but it'll probably work. It's fine. Let's have a look then, shall we? I think at some point this is just going to become 3 tunnels that go down in there, and only this one will rise up through this situation. What I might want to do is just have a train loop circle around here and another train loop circle around this area to get more sort of an outskirt situation. You two are both empty, so you can get filled up again. And that is how the cycle goes. But yeah, look at this. Not a massive traffic jam. The only place that is slightly jammed is... No, this is not jammed either. Although I did see a slight glitch there, but that's fine. We can forgive it for that. So yeah, no massive traffic backups. I quite like that. It's going well. Although we do seem to have a slight garbage problem, but we can solve that in a later episode. Let's keep going with this, actually. So, how do we deal with this? We deal with this in the way of small roads. And we just kind of build the way we have been building. Is that the right type of road? You are correct. You are correct. Excellent. Okay, and you can go in there. Yeah, flawless. Okay, then make a block. And make another block. At some point I might just delete these 2 blocks here. These 2. So, or maybe not that one, but just this one. I don't know, to have our train have enough space to actually do its thing and make it look a bit nicer as well. Should we start building for that right away, or... I'm not sure. Maybe we should, actually. So, let's get rid of that there. Remove that street. Remove this street. That one. Good. And that way we can have some more space for our trains to pull out of their train line situation and into the rest of the world, I guess. Yeah, that'll be a bit better for us. Let's see. How can we connect this up? How big? I slightly did not match that up. That is so annoying. Okay, so there we have it. That is definitely a parking lot. I did a slightly different thing this time around in that, yes, I put down some electrical charging stations, and I put down some disabled parking as well, but I also made it into 2 split roads instead of into 1. And I used these weird connecting parking lot service roads to connect them up. I hope they will work in the way I want them to work, but I'm not 100% certain about that. We will just have to wait and see. Anyway, let's keep going with what we have been doing so far. I'm just putting some offices directly around the train station, because a train station is always a very good place for commuters to come in. And in the local train station in the town in the Netherlands I am from, this is kind of the case as well. So there's just office buildings before anything else. I'm not quite sure what to put in this bit of buffer, though. Maybe some commercial, because there is quite a lot of ask for commercial right now. Ask? That is probably not the right word. Demand. There we go. So I think that's where we're going to leave it. And also, obviously, I need to add some water. That tiny nub in there can probably be disconnected, but otherwise, yeah, that's very good. No, that is not yet very good, because this little bit in the middle was not connected up yet. Much better. Okay, so what are we gonna do with the rest of this area? Oh yeah, I want to expand this and make a bridge sort of situation over here. And I think that's the last thing we're gonna do for this episode, because I've been at it for probably 1.5 hours trying to perfect this road. You know, it's taken a while. Let's just finish this off by making this go in there. Sort of. Let's see, where does that connect nicely? I don't know. Let's pull that into there-ish. I hope that I did that correctly. And then maybe one more from there into there, from there into there. I probably did not measure that distance correctly, did I? No, I did not. But let's actually have you just go in there. I think that'll be a bit nicer, so that the maybe we should actually get rid of this little street here as well, because I feel like that street doesn't make a lot of sense. Although then it does take a lot longer for all of these people to be able to get to the train station on this side. Not sure how we're gonna figure that one out. I think we're just gonna keep it like this for the time being, probably. And we can possibly have another block go off of here into there. Where does that come off? Yes, that lands in there almost perfectly. How do I want to make that come off there? Pull a little roundabout in this section? I feel like that's not very sensical, is it? No, we can just have this come just like land right into there. So where would that go? thereabouts and make that into a... What kind of road is that? A bike lane one. That is excellent. So a bike lane one from there to... Where are the bike laney ones? Is that the one I've been using? No, I need to go one tab backwards. Those are kind of cool. But no, these. There we go. Upgrade you. And go up from here. Go to like 12 height. Is that a bit much? I feel like that might be a bit much. But I don't know. Whatever. It's probably fine. How much distance did I put between there? 10 units. Oh no. Oh no. That is so wrong on so many levels. That's okay. That is perfectly fine. Okay, let's have you become a 12 up to there. Connect you guys. Oh no, come on. Listen to me, please. There. Yeah, that's very good. Now the only thing that's slightly missing is... oh well, that's a bit annoying, but I'll fix that in a second. What is slightly missing is... Let's press M, press match, and do something like this. There we go. That actually looks really nice. The only thing I don't like about this is this situation. So I'm going to upgrade this road to just be a... yeah, to technically be a bridge as well, even though it's not really a bridge. Just so that there is no crossing there, because that just looks weird. Doesn't really work there. But I think this is pretty cool. So let's connect this up with water. Like so. In there. Down here. And you can just connect you up there-ish. Connect you along here. Perfect. That is very nice indeed. So let's keep going with the same sort of strategy we have had so far. You can have an office, you can have an office. You can have an office here, and maybe in this little bit as well. Something like that. And then I think I just want to keep going with residential in this area into here. There we go. What the hell happened there? I made that road slightly too long, apparently. That is fine. No, that is light. I don't want light. I want heavy commercial along there. Cool. Yeah, this I'm going to redo because that is going to annoy me so much. Let's see. Let's just take a normal road and straight. Nope. On the ground. Like so. Like so. That is slightly more pleasing. That can go there. You can go there. And shall we put some commercial around there as well? Yeah, why not? Let's do that. Yeah, I think that is gonna be it for today. So I know I was talking about a lot more plans at the start of this video. This still looks a little bit wonky. That's just from here because that is going down. But from up here, that looks fine. Right. Yeah, I know that I was talking about a lot more plans, like making a rail yard in here and doing a lot of the bus lines, but I think I might just do the bus lines off camera, and because that's a little bit boring to look at. That's not really building anything properly. But yeah, let's leave it there. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to push on all the positive buttons down below, and I will see you next time. Ciao.